So, what's happening when you're sleeping? Well, you have a double life. I'm so sorry to tell you. All of us have a double life. And this is where I think in the dark crystal and this alignment that the Mayans have predicted for December 2012 or December 2020, whatever they predicted, there's really no date that you can put to it. It's more so about when there's going to come a specific time. And this is for everyone, but not necessarily everyone at the same time, where things are going to just end the way that we knew them. And for many people, that's happening now. The way that we know of life is ending for a lot of people. And it's happening on multiple levels. It's happening on the individual level, and it's also happening on the global level. So, what exactly happens when you go to sleep is this other side of you, this spiritual side, the side of you that you are completely unaware of, it resurfaces. And it, while the body, the physical world that you live in, the outer world, the extraterrestrial world, while that world that you live in during what we call the day or the conscious or the waking state, then your spiritual side is resting. When the physical body takes a break, the spiritual side of you is then awake. And this we recall as dreaming, say, or we refer to as dreaming. But it's real. It's just as real as the physical world that you think you live in. It's just as real. It's just as tangible. The only difference is it's not physical. And because it's not physical, we don't look at it as real. And that's where the mind has to have this leap, this paradigm shift. Because what's real needs to be redefined in all of our vocabularies. Real is what you create, and it doesn't matter how you create it, whether it is physical or non physical. Because let me tell you, if you look around, everything around you, it has to first come through the mind. It has to first come through what we call the spiritual realm. The the frequencies that you're unable to see eventually creates that which is seen, that which has become made manifest. Now, I want to pause here just for a second so that you can really think about what I'm saying. We have just never been taught of it happening this way. We've never really thought of it this way. But I've been getting a lot of insight into things lately. As 2020 has rolled around, things have kicked up times 10. I was already beginning to get downloads, but they were spaced out. And then 2020, they just started coming. Like, I get so many downloads now that I can't even do a video on them all. And I wish I could because I love sharing with you. But some of them I just have to just keep to myself and say, hey, that was a lesson that was just for me. But anything, of course, that I can share with you all to help on your own journeys, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be of service. I have realized that now. I know what my calling is. That came across to me in a mushroom journey with the other day. And now there's no doubt, there's no fear, there's no hesitation. I actually have resigned from my corporate America job for the second time. Actually, I am resigning, so I've already put in my notice and I just gave them proper notice. So I'm still working that out right now. But very soon here, I am going to become a full time shamaness. And I am going to help usher people into the spiritual realm while they're awake, so that we can bring those worlds together as one. Right now, we have been separated and fragmented and chopped into so many different forms of ourselves that we don't recognize who we are. And so, at this stage in life, when you do finally meet up with your other half, it's like a healing that I can't describe that takes place. And this healing happens on so many levels that you can't even begin to describe it with words. So, with that being said, I was shown that healing is in so many different forms. It's in breath, it's in light, it's in a look from someone's eyes, it's in a smile. Healing is in creativity, it's in laughter, it's in words, and it's in hugs, and it's in gratitude. Healing is in your mind, and it's a state of being. You have to choose to be healed. You have to choose to be healthy, and you have to choose to be one. And when you make that choice in your mind that you're no longer going to separate yourself into different aspects when you're in different situations, when you're going to be you 100% of the time, when you're going to accept and love who you are, you're not going to compare yourself to anybody else because there's no one like you. You're not going to make excuses. You're not going to shy away from responsibility. You're not going to put your power in someone else's hands. You're not going to try to please anybody else. You're just going to be 100% standing firm in who you are, and you're going to hold space in that solidity. And once you make up your mind that you're going to do all of those things, that's when you start to see the miracles happen. That's when you become the higher version of yourself and you see things from a higher perspective. And because you have such a vantage point in your view, and this is just the third eye, what we call the third eye opening, is just you having a perception that's beyond physical sight. You have sight beyond what is on the surface. You can actually see through things. And that's what true x-ray vision is. It's just that they don't have any other way to draw it or show it, to draw it in the cartoons or to show it in movies, other than to show you actually looking through things. But if you interpret that, you can actually see the cause of a problem. You can see the truth behind a lie. Those are also forms of x-ray vision. And though I feel like we've gotten completely off subject, I'm just going to keep saying what's in my heart right now because it's been put on my mind that, Spirit is working through me right now. So, in those movies where, the planets align, and I think it's either Thor Ragnarok or Thor Dark World and the Dark Crystal, and They're actually doing this on commercials with the sports. They're showing how there's going to be this alignment of planets. And when this alignment happens, there's going to be a oneness. There's going to be all of these different layers of things that have been separated for so long, like the rainbow being separated into 7 colors, or you have, let's see, the 7 plagues, or, and there's a lot of sevens here. You have 7 layers of Earth's atmosphere, which means there's seven different worlds, because once you get past a certain layer, you can no longer go any further. There is literally, physically, something keeping you from going up into the highest, I think above the stratosphere. There is 7 deadly sins, 7 continents, 7 angels of death, 7, I'm sure you can think of some. Did I say 7 continents? 7, I'm gonna have to go to my list. But if you think of it, there's a lot of things that happen, you know, in sevens. And so this is something to be aware of. But as these 7 planets that the ancients spoke of, they didn't speak of 9, they spoke of 7. And as they align, there's supposed to be something that actually takes place in the form of change. And it's something that's going to, I think, just sync up and connect, that kind of like that missing piece in a puzzle. Like how, even though you have all the other pieces to the puzzle there, that one missing piece just messes the whole view up. And that's kind of like how it is. We have some missing pieces that's completely like destroyed our vision. It is not clear. It is not actual. And so when this thing happens, our vision is going to be very, very clear. And I'm not talking about physical sight here. I'm talking about a knowing that's going to penetrate all of us at our core. And it's going to unite us to where you're not going to feel apart from anything. You're going to feel like you are one with everything and everyone. And that feeling alone is blissful. It's euphoric, and it's something that you would love to live in if you could. So I'm going to stop it here because I could keep going, but I'm actually getting ready for bed, actually in the bed, if you probably haven't already been able to tell. But as always, I appreciate you all listening and watching and subscribing and supporting, more than anything, this channel. And if you feel like that, you got something from it, share it with someone. That's all I ask. Because you never know who needs to hear something and when they need to hear it. If you have a feeling about something, do it, follow it, listen to that voice, make your voice your best friend. And also, if you have a feeling that someone needs something, don't hold back. Give them a hug, or again, a laugh or a smile, or just a call, a thought. You never know how that will help someone and make their day 10 times better. So, peace, beloveds.